Get healthy the tasty way with protein shakes. If we want to live long, healthy, and happy lives, we must make sure that we take care of our bodies. And there are many things we need to do in order to be able to take care of our bodies properly. Naturally, we need to get a certain amount of exercise every day, to keep our muscles and joints strong and healthy, as well as our cardiovascular systems. And we need to eat a healthy, well-balanced diet that is rich in 3 essential macronutrients: carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. There are many ways to get all of these macronutrients in our diets. Of course, there are all kinds of healthy dietary sources for each, and there are also a number of great supplements available, such as protein shakes, that provide many of the nutrients needed in a healthy diet. Carbohydrates. Even though we hear so much about how bad carbohydrates are for us, we do need to have a certain amount of good carbohydrates in our diets. The carbohydrates that we need to avoid are the simple carbohydrates, which come from fattening sugar sources that can lead to a number of health complications, including diabetes. What we need to have in our diets are complex carbohydrates, which can come from a number of delicious dietary sources, including whole grain breads and pastas. Fats. We also need to have good fats in our diets. The bad fats that we hear about are the saturated fats, which you will find in a lot of your favorite takeout foods and prepared foods. Good fats are monounsaturated and polyunsaturated and can be found in lean meats, fish, and other great-tasting foods. Proteins. The third of the essential macronutrients we need in our diets is protein, and it is necessary for every part and function of our bodies. Protein is a natural source of energy and every cell in our bodies is made from protein. We even rely on protein for our good eyesight, because the lenses of our eyes are made from protein. When we don't get enough protein in our diets, we find that our hair, skin, and fingernails do not look or feel as healthy. This is because these things are all made from protein, and when we're not getting enough from dietary sources, it may be necessary to use supplements, such as protein shakes. Protein is made from strings of amino acids. There are 2 types of proteins, complete and incomplete. Complete proteins are proteins that contain all of the essential and non-essential amino acids. Incomplete proteins are those that do not contain all of the amino acids, and foods that are incomplete proteins must be eaten in combination to get the fullest benefits. Essential amino acids. There are 8 essential amino acids that the body is not able to create on its own and must be found in dietary sources, or supplements, including protein shakes. The 8 essential amino acids are leucine, isoleucine, lysine, threonine, tryptophan, valine, methionine, and phenylalanine. Non-essential amino acids. There are 14 non-essential amino acids that our bodies are able to create, so it is not as necessary to get them from dietary sources as it is with the essential amino acids. The 14 non-essential amino acids are alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartic acid, cysteine, cysteine, proline, serine, taurine, glutamine, tyrosine, ornithine, glutamic acid, and glycine. Dietary sources of protein. There are many ways that you can get all the protein you need in your diet. According to the American Heart Association, the American Diabetes Association, and many other health organizations, a typical healthy adult should be getting about 35% of their daily caloric intake from proteins, with 50% coming from carbohydrates and the remaining 15% from fats. There are all kinds of delicious dietary sources of protein, which are broken down into 2 categories, animal-based proteins and plant-based proteins. Animal-based proteins. These are proteins that come from animal sources, and all animal proteins are complete proteins, so they have all of the essential and non-essential amino acids. There are many animal-based proteins that are wonderful for all kinds of diets, including low-calorie diets for weight loss. Some high-protein animal foods you should include in your diet are lean red meats, white meat poultry, fish, low-fat dairy products, and eggs. There are many protein shakes and other supplements that are made with animal-based proteins. Plant-based proteins. If you are a vegetarian, or want a diet that has less meat and more vegetables, you will need to have many plant-based proteins in your diet. Because plant proteins are not complete proteins, you will have to combine many of these foods to ensure that you are getting enough protein. You may also want to use protein shakes, which can be made from plant-based proteins. Using protein supplements. There are many different dietary supplements on the market that can be used to make sure that everyone gets all of the nutrients, including protein, which they need in their daily diets. A lot of people use protein shakes as meal replacements. These are great for people who are too busy to cook and eat a meal, especially breakfast, which really is a very important meal, because the energy provided will get you going for the day. There are different ways to get protein shakes. You can use shakes and smoothies that are already made and ready to take with you. Or you can use protein powders and liquid proteins to make your own delicious protein shakes. Depending on your tastes and dietary needs, there are different types of proteins that are used to make the various protein supplements. A lot of protein shakes are made from whey and casein, both proteins that are byproducts of the cheese-making process. If you are allergic to dairy products, or are lactose intolerant, you may have better luck with one of the protein supplements that is made from soy, rice, or egg. Soy protein is the only plant-based protein that is a complete protein, and it is a very popular supplement for vegetarians and those who are in low-calorie diets. It can be difficult for some people to digest, but there are still other supplements that will work just as well. Rice protein is very easy to digest, and because it is hypoallergenic, it is ideal for everyone and often recommended to those who are new to the world of protein shakes and other supplements. Egg protein is also popular and is considered to be a perfect protein. If you are considering adding protein shakes and supplements to your diet, or making any significant dietary changes, it is a good idea to consult with your doctor first. This way, you can be sure that you will have a diet plan that is healthy and will work for your needs, whether you are looking to eat healthier, or would like to lose a few pounds.